Well, I think, in my opinion, absolutely they do. It's about dog fooding your own stuff, and if you can't practice what you preach, then pretty much then you're kind of out of the game. To give you a simple example, we've set up our India office less than 3 months ago, and which is our India headquarters. And pretty much, some of the things that we have pioneered here, for example, at the back end, are the first for Belkin globally. And as technology moves rapidly, I'm sure that that's the path that we will continue down. So basically, what we are doing is we've got a VPN for our remote employees, and within that framework, we are deploying something for our India employees, and we will have a Delhi VPN where all our India employees or any Belkin employee traveling and working remotely will be able to log in. So in that framework, we've done some technology changes, and it's the first place where it's actually going live for the users. Well, to be very honest, from my IS team, the biggest expectation that we have is, given the nature of our business and the fact that we are truly a transnational company, we have people across multiple locations, countries, cities. Again, going back to the India example, today we have people across 12 different cities, out of which we only have 3 offices, and out of that 2 are kind of field offices and the India HQ. So pretty much all the employees across the country have to have the ability to be able to access the IT infrastructure of the company, to be able to access their work related email or voice or data. And we've kind of that's the big expectation, to keep that up and going. And obviously that adds a different level of complexity, given the fact that we have so many remote employees, and that's not only true for here, but it's true for Belkin globally. So it makes a lot of puts a lot of responsibility on our IS teams to manage that. I think that's the one big thing that we expect. The second obvious thing is, break fix maintenance becomes an important facet again within such a remote operation, wherein you have employees in far-flung places. So having a robust process to manage that is an important piece. And last but not the least, staying ahead of the technology curve. Going back to the first question about continuing to enhance our internal tools that we use to run our business effectively is an important facet for employees to be able to do their business successfully and do their work successfully. And staying ahead of that curve is an important piece, and that's expectation number 3 in terms of continuing to enhance and augment our infrastructure. Uh, well, I think, to be very honest, it's, in my opinion, early days yet. And, the technology, though available, there is a question mark in terms of how, what the adoption rates are still. So I would say, yes, that's very much the future. But, there is time still before it kind of gets adopted widely and is used pervasively. Definitely IT is not only an important tool, perhaps one of the most important tools for us within the company to be able to do our work, our day-to-day business successfully. But I think it enables a lot of things. So, again, if you make the right investments within the IT infrastructure, it enables your employees to be more productive. It enables them to have a seamless experience in terms of accessing data, making real-time decisions. Knowledge is power today, and for people who, especially within IT companies, I tend to call them knowledge workers. For them, it's an important piece to be able to access information as and when they want it, on the device of their choice when they want it, and to be able to take quick decisions, because that's what keeps them ahead of their competition. So I think it's pretty much something that we not only see as a tool, but we think that we leverage that extensively to enhance our business goals and do it better. Again, like I mentioned earlier, Belkin follows this. We are a true translational, so we don't have we actually don't have any IT on-site resources in the country, and it's all managed remotely out of our, IS headquarters in Australia, where our, the person who looks after Asia Pacific from a information services perspective is based, and then our global operations based in Los Angeles in California. So, these guys are very, very critical pieces to the puzzle, and to us extended parts of our decision-making process. For that matter, I would say that, these people are sitting on leadership team meetings, are part of senior management decision-making processes, because then they really become part of the needs and wants that the business comes up with, and to tailor our IT and IS requirements to that. Well, like any CEO, you have to balance and trade off on your P&L, and I think one of the biggest assignments of a CEO is to make compromises and trade-offs, because he gets the bird's eye view of what's going on in a business and what's prudent investment and what we can do. So I think it's an iterative process, it's a collaborative process that happens for me, especially since our finance team again is remotely based for the entire Asia Pacific region in Hong Kong. Our IS teams are based remotely in Australia. So when we look at our India P&L, we sit down with them and say, okay, here's what the P&L looks like, here's how it's stacking up, these are the things that we must do, these are the nice to haves, and like in any business decision, you kind of put all the cards on the table, and then you got to kind of pick and choose the battles you want to fight, and make the investments that are critical to the success of the business.